Hello everyone, the next topic we are going to start is templates. Now, what are templates basically? Template is a mechanism that allows you to create functions and classes that can be reused with every data type. Basically, templates make your program data type independent. I'll discuss how, but before that, let's go through the slide once. Templates are powerful features of C++ which allow you to write generic programs. Generic means journal programming basically. In simple terms, you can create a single function or a class to work with a different data type using templates. Now, if I take the example, I want to add two integer numbers and I want to add two float numbers. Now, basically, what is the functionality that is being performed? Addition. But I need to make two different functions, one to add integer numbers and one to add float numbers. Now, if you see here, the program is data type dependent. Now, what templates do? Templates allow you to define a single function. Now, depending upon that single function, it is going to work for different data types. Templates are referred as generic types. Template offers the feature of generic programming. Now, what is generic programming? An approach where generic types are used as parameters in algorithms so that they can work for a variety of suitable data types and data structures. Now, basically, your C++ provides you two types of templates. One is your class template and one is your function template. Now, what is the advantage? Avoid repetition of source code, means writing two times same code for integer data type and float data type. I am going to make only one function template. Now, templates are basically considered as a macro only, but templates are expanded at compile time. The difference is compiler does type checking before template expansion. The idea is simple: source code contains only functions class, but compiled code may contain multiple copies of the same function. Now, if you see here, this type will be my program. If you see here, I have different data types. One is integer type and one is char type, but I am creating only one function. So basically, for this it is going to create one copy, and this it is going to create one copy. Compiler internally generates and adds below the code. Now let's start with function templates. Now, what are function templates? Used to write generic function that can be used for different data types, also known as generic functions. A function template works in a similar to a normal function with one key difference. A single function template can work with different data type at once, but a normal function can only work with one set of data types. Now, when actually function templates come into play? If you need to perform identical operations on more than one type of data, then we need to create multiple functions with suitable types, which is a tedious task for programming. So, what is the approach? To create a generic function or function template. Now, see the syntax of function template. Like you define your normal function, here also you are going to define the normal function, return type, function name, and here you are going to have the arguments. Okay, earlier what type of arguments you have here? Int, float. Here it is the body of the function. Now, what I have done here is, now your function template is going to start with template class T. Okay, means this is going to mention what type of parameters you are going to have in your function. Means this T and this T should match. Means from main function, if I am going to pass integer, so this T will hold integer, means here also it will be integer, means T. Now read here, T is a template argument or generic type that accepts different data type, and class is a keyword. Also, you can use keyword type name instead of class in the above example. When the argument is passed in the function, compiler generates a new version of the function for the given data type. Now let's move to the example for more clarity. Now see here, first program that I'm going to do is to find square of a number. Now what is the syntax of a function? Return type till now what you have, remember, void, int, float, char, function name and arguments here you have. Now what I'm going to make is now I have three different data types here, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, three different data types I'm going to have here. Now for three different data types, how many functions I need? 3 functions. Now obviously it is a tedious task for me, so what I'm going to do is I am going to make a journal function. Square function I have taken. Okay, now to define a template, see here, keyword template, your angular brackets, class T. Now here you can have any name, but it should follow the properties of identify. You can write here N, you can write here anything, ABC, whatever you are going to write. Now this represents what? The data type. Now class T means for the first case it is integer. Here it is integer. Now here it will correspond to int square int num. Okay, now what type of value it is going to return? T type. Now for this case what is the type? Integer type. For this case what is the type? Float type. In this case what will be the type? Double type. Okay, now let's move to the execution. Main function num13 square of num. Now see how I'm going to call. Now function is going to return a value. Square, what type of integer type value I'm going to have, and num1. It is not mandatory to mention here like this. Even if you are not going to mention, then also your program will work, but here I am going to write int. Now see here what it is going to do. See out square num1 equal to square int. What type of values I am passing? Integer num1. The value of num1, what is the value in num1? 3 will go here. Automatically it is going to take, now it is of integer type, return num. So square of num will be returned. Second number 2, 5.6, again square in angular brackets mentioning the data type, what type of value, and num2. What is num2? 5.6. Again this will work for now float data type. Again now for the double. So in simple words, what you are going to do is you are going to add this line template angular brackets class T. Wherever you are going to mention the data type, that I am going to replace it with this T. Now if I execute the program, see here, square of 3, 9, square of 5.6, 31.36, and square of 23.456, 152 to 41.4. I hope the first basic program for function templates is clear to you.